Hey, this is Rich with RandR Villages Experience. For those of you who've been following me on the villages and my lifestyle visits and stuff, I do figure it's time to give an update. Well, we put our house up for sale, so we're moving. That's the good news. The bad news is the real estate market here in Baton Rouge isn't exactly that great. Matter of fact, it's pretty stagnant, and we're doing the best we can to get it done. So we're going to just keep trying. So we did not buy a house when we were down in the villages, and we don't plan on buying a house in the villages until we sell this house for obvious reasons. I just don't want to have the burden of having two homes for sale at the same time and be pressured to sell one for the other. So we're looking at a few things. So an update of where we are, made some notes here. So we're in the process of cleaning out our house anyway. We needed to do that anyway. So we talk with our kids about what they want and don't want, and the grandkids and stuff like that. And I encourage you to have this conversation with them, because it just seems like some of the sentimental stuff they're not as crazy about as we were from our folks. So have that conversation and see what they want. Of course, one thing, they always want what's in the garage. But anything other than that is just going to be a burden for them for when you're gone or when you pass on. So get rid of it or have a plan for it now. Okay. So we also look, and we got a local storage unit. If it's in your budget, we kind of recommend that too, because it's a way of offloading some of the stuff in your house that you can move to a storage area. It serves two purposes. Number one, it thins out your house, it declutters it, so if you're selling your house, it'll show better and sell. And then also, I had son and grandson help me clean out the attic one day. We live in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and like the villages, we don't have basements. So a lot of our storage is up in the attic. Matter of fact, a whole lot more than some of the villages' house. You can stand up and move around in our attic. Matter of fact, our hot water heater and air conditioners and everything are located up in the attic. So stuff we pull down out of there, if you haven't used it in 10 or 15 years, chances are you're never going to use it. Just to give you an idea, some of the stuff we found up there, I found all my income tax records from the 70s through current up there. And of course, we had to shred all those and just kept what we needed to keep. Like I say, if you haven't used it in a long time, no one else wants it, either sell it, give it away, or just bring it to the curb. And when we were down in the village, house size and location. If you've been doing your homework on the villages, then you should probably know what type model of house you want. Be looking for. We're going with the previously owned route because we're up in age more than most, so I don't want to wait for the southern end to develop more. Might not have that time. So, but to each his own. Each has a choice. Want and what we don't want. List of what we want and what we don't want. For example, the boss has to have a large master a bedroom and a room and shower. We made a list of what would be nice to have. So I kind of want the nice lanai, preferably not facing west, and a 2.5 car garage. We're kind of car people. Two of us, we got 3 cars, and we'll probably be adding a golf cart. Once we're there, I'm sure we'll sell one of the cars. So The other thing we found out too is we seen a couple houses when we were on our lifestyle visit that, you know, if we were in the mood, then we would have probably have looked at or maybe even made an offer. But we kind of wanted to get an idea. And sometimes the pictures online don't give you the full picture. So do your homework on that. Do Google Earth or maps satellite view to see what's in. One house we really liked looked great from the front, but it was like the lanai was 5 feet from the back of a parking lot. That was one. Another one was the lanai was in a little patio area, was in shrubs in the back, but it was abutting one of the busy streets there, kind of cut through. So do your homework. And you also recommend, you probably know this, and if you don't, you can check, there's a lot of videos on there on this. You need 2 real estate agents. One for the Villages Listing Service, VLS, and one for MLS, Multiple Listing Service, I guess what it is. And you can look on there because you're going to need both, because one can't sell the other, and that's my impression. I know that VLS can only sell the new home. So if you're looking for a brand new home, that's really your only choice. If you're going for a previously owned home, then the MLS is your choice. VLS and MLS agents, you know. Anyway, we told them our intentions up front. We weren't going to buy a house until we sold our current house. And when I say sold our current house, I mean I want the money in hand. Anyway, so both of them understood, and it happens all the time down there for them. So they know they're looking in the future, that most people who take to that far, chances are they're going to come back and they're going to buy a home, because it is an easy sell. They did a great job showing us homes with the criteria we gave them, and we even get a weekly or sometimes daily email blast of listings that fit our criteria, just so we can keep up with the market. You know, and some people may question, so if you're not going to buy a house until you sell your house, what are you going to do in the meantime? So I guess we'll just be homeless. No, just kidding. The boss won't let that happen anyway. So it's a good question, but we did think it out. And we do check the home for sale sites every day with our BLS and MLS agents. Assuming the stars won't perfectly align, we won't sell and buy at the same time, so we plan to rent a furnished home in the Villages until we find a home, or we can even stay with family and friends, or even a hotel if we have to. So we think we got that covered. So what are we going to do about moving? You know, so you got to figure out what you're going to do with your stuff, your furniture. You know, determine what you're bringing with you. We're downsizing from a big house, and Ronnie wants at least new bedroom furniture for the master and guest bedroom. So we're looking at three bedroom, 2-bath designer home, and plan to make one an office and one a guest room. Also, to get moving estimates, I could see the value of moving your stuff if you want to keep everything. But you are going to bring other things other than furniture, like clothes, dishes, TVs. So I did check a few resources to see the best way to do this for us. Again, all of this is just my opinion and what we're going to do. The regular movers, they're rather pricey and really don't want to pay for a lot of money for a big move and then have it stored someplace. So it seems like the companies with the portable moving containers may be the best bet. So I did call 1 or 2 of them, and we did get prices, and we could probably move all our stuff and for probably around $2,000. So, and that's going from Baton Rouge to the Villages. I talked with the guy and I said, I don't know where we're going in the Villages, but he was familiar with it anyway. So the nice thing about it is they'll keep your stuff in a container, and they'll store it someplace in the container for whenever you need it. Now, yes, there is a charge. There is a charge for storage, and usually you get the first month free, and then after that, it's, I want to say, like 250 or 300 bucks in around there a month for storing your stuff. But if you don't have a place to put it, where are you going to put it? And if you get a moving company, they'll have to store it someplace for you, and it'll probably be at least as much as that. At least it's packed. You can get it packed. They can provide people at an extra cost to help you unpack it, pack it up, etc. So it seems like that would be the best way to go. But then again, like, that's why Heinz makes 57 flavors, to each his own. Some people may want the other thing, but this fits in better with our budget. So again, this is our plan for now. Like any plan, you know, life happens, and when it does, you need to adapt. So you do your research and try to think all the things you need to do and make a plan. Even a bad plan's better than no plan. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments, and I'll try to answer it as best I can. Also, hit the like and subscribe, and I'll keep you updated as we move forward to proceed. So thanks again, and stay tuned.